You're now listening to the best music.
Happy days. How are you doing, family? How are you doing? I say, Talmer joined. How are you doing? This is Let's Pop with Eartown this beautiful Friday. It's May 2nd. Always a great time to be alive here on the best radio station, the Black Hot Fire Radio Network, meteor of the 21st century. Welcome to another conversation where we always talk about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. And the conversation of the day is the power of Ubuntu. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a very blissful, magical week. Yet a very beautiful weekend is coming up. Remember, your thoughts are powerful. And basically, as I always say, visualize the kind of life that you want and say no to everything that does not look like it. Happy days. Remember, download our app on the Google Play Store. Stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com for amazing healthy supplement. Apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. We have the likes of ashwagandha, beetroot. We also have the likes of multivitamin. Everything that is definitely into your liking. And also, remember, on the clothing store, we definitely do have Benny hats, dad hats, t-shirts, bags with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. But as I'm starting up with the conversation of the day, let's listen to Darling by Chella.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way from Switzerland.
You're now listening to the best music.
You're tuning into Black Hot Fire
Of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment. You're now listening to the best music. 1 hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Feel the freshness.
My darling, my darling.
You're now listening to the best music.
Feel the freshness. Feel the freshness.
You're now listening to the best music. 1 hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Happy days. I'm gonna basically start a conversation. I can get my mind off this song. Cello, darling. Welcome everybody joining me live on TikTok. Remember, you can definitely download our app on the Google Play Store. It's super free on the Google device, and definitely if you're using the iPhone, kindly stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, apparel, clothing. Dang girl, with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. The topic of the day here on Let's Talk with Iwerton is the power of Ubuntu. We've been talking more about that, and we have Ibrahim Traore, who's always actually illuminating the light, the strength, and the power of Ubuntu. The likes of Dr. Arikana Chihamburi, Dr. Tata, PLO Lumumba, oh my God, Natalie Yam, name them. Definitely awakening and voicing everything that it should be talking about each and every day to remind people who they are, to stand on their fundamental truth, to walk with strength and dignity of their understanding of the African identity, and walking with pride, knowing who you are, knowing your heritage is the most beautiful, fabulous thing I believe someone can definitely be grounded on, because when you look back and understanding the history of your ancestors, name them, the Moors, who definitely were basically the originators of civilization. That's basically you and me, right? They are all melanated. And actually walking from that perspective that you are a god, you were a goddess. Definitely every civilization that we have right now definitely originated from you. Yes, definitely you. The ones who are definitely joining me right away. Jackie Digital, Jan, Joffrey, Charity, Giant, thank you, thank you. You can please like the screen button and invite more people to listen in to amazing conversation right away. Thank you for the ones who are joining me live on YouTube, BitChute and Rumble. It's your girl, the lovely Iweton Longoria, always talking about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. Before I move forward with the conversation of the day, please let's listen in to some of the supplements that I said we do have on our website. Likes of ashwagandha, beetroot, name it. But let me hook you up with what we definitely have for you.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the sports and nutrition store.
$23.90, super affordable. As you're checking out ashwagandha, we do have multivitamin, we do have beetroot, we do have alcohol cucumbers. So for the ladies and the sheer batter to give you that glowing beach body, because you know what, it's made for miracles, meditation, mindfulness, and money. But let's get into the conversation of the day, the power of Ubuntu. We definitely do have Dr. Arikana giving it straight and direct, as always, reminding us of who we are, reminding us of that power. She's not literally, power is not given, it's demanded. She basically reminds you of who you are. And that's what I love This lady, I respect her, and her strength basically is something admirable. She's unapologetically always voicing who she is without asking any permission. And that's how you and me should definitely be walking in the street unapologetically without asking permission, or basically without blinking twice, doubting about who we are. Happy days, Mr. Newsom. How are you doing? Alrighty, but before he comes in, let's listen in to Dr. Arikana.
No passport, no ID. They walk right through. If they commit crimes, they rape women, they kill women.
You hear this song?
They touch them.
Yes.
Okay. You say happy days, all right.
Happy days. Happy May.
You guys are happy because tell Joby, check her phone. You know what that means.
Alrighty. Still, you should be happy, right? Because
I'm happy.
You're alive. You're
and I'm fucking fat. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm fat. They say fat people are happy. I don't know about that.
Are you happy though?
I'm not happy to be fat. I'm happy, but I'm not happy to be fat.
What are you doing about it?
What am I doing about it? I'm exercising every time and eating trash now.
You know what? I have to see you exercise for me to believe you're exercising. Because I cannot believe it.
Damn you and Joby and Shema, y'all don't believe I'm exercising.
No, I have to see videos of you exercising.
No choice. I can't put out no videos of me being this fat every time. I can't. I got an image. I got an image to hold.
You're gonna motivate a lot of people when you put it out there.
I'm motivated when I lost at least 30 pounds.
You have to see the journey and the process of it.
They see the journey when I put it up about 6 months from now. I can put the now, the now and the before and now. 6 months.
All righty, if you say so. But happy to hear from you. I hope your week has been fabulous.
It's been all right. I can't complain.
Great, amazing, and we've made it to the end of the week. That's what's up.
I know.
Yes.
Thank you. Your week has been amazing. I don't know. My week started kind of messed up with with that crazy white man.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But you know what?
I was on the phone with you.
Yeah, I remember. That was so weird and sudden, actually.
That was weird and crazy.
Yeah, because where did that come from?
It came from white supremacy. That's where it came from. We go ahead here. Let's go ahead to Dr. Arikana.
Alrighty, so definitely we have to move forward with the conversation of Dr. Arikana, reminding us the power of Ubuntu right away.
Why? Where is the Ghanaian military base in the United States? Where is the French military base? Where is the Burkina Faso military base in France? Where is the Nigerian military base in Russia? Every superpower is building bases throughout Africa. Where are the African military bases in those countries? As I say some of these things, it's almost like it's a joke. So we need more Traores in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I definitely agree with her.
Hello, welcome all Kings.
I like Nigeria, Nigeria said when the US government increased their visa to $250 to get a visa to go to the United States, Nigeria said, no worries, you also have to pay $250 if your people want a visa. But turn around and go to Namibia, I was shocked. Namibians pay about $170 to get a visa to go to the United States, but Americans, when they go to Namibia, nothing, zero, not a penny. Just come. Now, guys, let's have a serious conversation here. Who is stupid? Whose problem is it? We are the problem. What is leadership doing? Leadership is doing nothing. Leadership is voting on sheer stupidity. Stupidity that is causing us havoc. The same people who And that is why you see what's happening in Burkina Faso, what's happening in Niger, what's happening in...
Talking about our parliament, I know there's a BBC video that was released earlier, and it's amazing because also to make Kenyans forget about the BBC saga, they came up with an MP who was actually killed to basically distract your attention in regards to what's really happening. So, but still, whatever happened really will always relive in our minds. I know there's a lot of people not forgotten about it. Each and every day, people always think about what's happening, but regardless in what they try to do, because during the protest also, last year, they had to basically divert your attention to what is really not happening during that time, because the finance bill was actually taking place. And then after that, we had the previous literally vice president who was impeached to basically distract your attention to what's really happening. But before that, I want to share a video right away right here in regards to what I'm talking about, and also the fact that we have an individual who also said that he will never work in the government, but right now he's been appointed as the advisor of the president.
In Mali, the youth are saying, now we know. Now our eyes are open. Now we know who the real problem is. Yes, we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. However, we also know that our leaders could stop it. So yes, it is that the youth are rising. The youth are saying, you leaders, if you do not do the right thing, we will replace you. So we need more Traores in Africa. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. The youth of Africa are sick and tired of being sick and tired. The issues of the root must be addressed. World Bank must stop giving us frivolous loans. World Bank must treat Africa fairly. Ours is a simple ask. We are simply saying to the world, we demand Africa that can be treated fairly, an Africa that can be treated as equals on the world stage, an Africa that is free of racism, bigotry, and hate. Our ask is a simple one. Our position is of stating the facts, stating the truth.
That is so true. Before we move forward with the one and only Queen Dr. Arikana Chihambori, there's really what happened. Yesterday was Labor Day, I believe. So if you're in Nairobi 254, you definitely know it was a holiday yesterday. And we have the leader of COTU. COTU is definitely an organization that speaks for a lot of individuals who work in the government. And definitely we had Atwoli literally their hand, or basically being in good terms with the president, and there was no salary increment. And we were asking ourselves, the people who are celebrating Labor Day, what's the main purpose of it? Because it has been really, really tough since this government started. And the fact that we understand that the economic sector has been super hard and not in for a lot of Kenyans. We have here COTU, Francis Atwoli, the leader of COTU, says those Kenyans telling President Ruto the ground is bad and saying Ruto must go, they don't have a ground. But also, this is what he said yesterday regarding the whole conversation.
Ruto must go. Na sio wewe, sio ground ni mbaya. Wewe anasema ground ni mbaya. Mwenyewe hana ground. Nasikia hiyo. Wacha tuwache mtu amalize kazi yake. I saw watu wa press. Mtu ameandika kwa Standard. Anasema Atwoli kazi yake. Kazi ya trade union, COTU is not a political party. We serve the government of the day. We negotiate for our rights. Huyo kijana anataka elewe hiyo. We are not a political party. We are not aspiring to have a president. We must support the government of the day for the stability in the country, which we... Hawa Kenya unasikia ground ni mbaya. Hapa ground hapana mzuri.
That's a truly actually giving his regards in regards to the government of Kenya. We also do have the headline of an individual who was elected as the advisor of the president, right? This is Professor Macau Mutua, who had previously said that he would never work with the president, but right now he's been appointed as the advisor of the president. We have a Professor Macau Mutua, a longtime Raila Odinga's ally, has been appointed as the senior advisor of constitutional affairs in the executive office of the president. President William Ruto, while announcing the appointment on Wednesday evening, says Professor Mutua brings a wealth of experience in legal, constitutional, and human rights matters to his office. Congratulations, that's what it says, Professor Mutua. I welcome you to join a dynamic team of public servants in the implementation of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, President Ruto has said in a statement. And remember, there was even what do we call it? A video, not really, but actually news and reports regarding Mutua or Professor Macau Mutua, yes, saying that he would never work with the president. It shows you that definitely the kind of government we have right now, it's definitely about you bringing people together who literally are in your favor. And basically, they'll tell you what you want to hear at the time, but they know why they definitely are in this positions or why they want to vie for this position. Not to better your life, not to improve the amenities around you, not at all, but definitely in regards to what you're being surrounded with. No better education. Everything is going, our economic resources is definitely not in a good spot. So definitely you would want a better government. You want our economic sectors to definitely favor us. So they'll definitely tell you what you want to hear to basically vote them in. But I'll continue, Dr. Arikana, as I come back with the news I wanted to share regarding COTU yesterday.
Constants that do not change. We're simply asking that the world does unto us what they would want done unto them. Anybody that has an issue that Africa has taken is somebody who is anti-earth. We want a peaceful world. We want a world that is just. And that is all we're asking. That is all our children are asking. Our children are saying we're tired of watching our uranium power 2/3 of France, while they call us a dark continent. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our mineral wealth fund Western education, while we don't have quality education in Africa. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our natural resources fund healthcare in the Western world.
Exactly.
While we don't have access to Western.
I'm
that's
sorry?
the problem. And that's right. That Europe and Asia has been funded up the backs of African people for the last 500 years. Africa's not poor. It's been made poor by these wicked ass people who took over Africa and then gave you a fake narrative about fake missionaries and Jesus and all that nonsense. Their educational system, their whole economic system, all systems are based on depth in Africa. Shout out to you, Dr. Ericana.
For always shining the light for us.
Truth and shame the devil.
So it is the revolution that has been proclaimed. The revolution the likes of Kwame Nkrumah and others had hoped for. While it may have taken us years to get where we are, The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers started back in 1963 must be completed, and our youth in Africa are acutely aware of that. The leadership that is not awakening, the leadership that doesn't understand that imperialism no longer has room in Africa, neocolonialism no longer has room in Africa, colonization no longer has room in Africa, exploitation of Africa can no longer continue. A leader who doesn't understand that is a leader whose days are numbered. The African youth are not taking it anymore.
Right.
The African youth are awakened. Their eyes are open. And they're saying, you either stand up and defend what belongs to us, or we will replace you. Plain and simple. The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers, the unfinished business that Kwame Nkrumah and many others started, it must be completed. It must be finished. You and I, we have a responsibility. You make us accountable as your elders. Make your leadership accountable. If your leadership is not accountable, replace them. I thank you. As I was getting ready,
That is so true. I got the news that I wanted to talk about regarding Francis Atwoli, and we definitely know he's the leader of COTU. This is what he said yesterday, I believe, during the, what do you call it, as the people are gathering to literally hear if maybe there's some changes that are going to happen in their salary increment. But also, as you were talking about that, because no salary increment happened or is going to happen for this year, he said, I'm appealing to Kenyans that we must love this country. We don't have any other country, okay? One day Kenyans will remember me. That's what he says. Your Excellency, talking to the president, we should regulate social media like China, Dubai, UK, US, where it is regulated. Kenya cannot be free for all. That is the patriotism that we must follow. Which kind of patriotism is that? And the fact that a lot of leaders are in so much fear about social media, it's because they know what they're doing. Literally, talking about regulating social media, because I believe it's the only place people can come together and talk about their grievances, relieve their grievances in regards to how our economic, political, social sectors are not going as we should, as they should be going. Literally, it's not, we're not in a democratic government at all. And the fact that we've had this from a couple of leaders talking about regulation of social media. The good question is why. We definitely know why. Because you should never be in a fearful position if you know you're doing the right thing. So what's happening? And we should definitely not allow this. This cannot be allowed because I believe social media is a place where a lot of people, the whole world is watching Kenya because it has been in the limelight for decades. And also I believe, this is regards to my thoughts, they definitely have to think about regulating it because I believe that they still in their minds need the help of foreign nation, which actually don't need the help of foreign nation. So basically, this is actually to paint a picture out there that our government is doing fabulous, but it's not doing fabulous for sure. That's in regards to what Francis Atwoli, the COTU Secretary General, actually talked about yesterday in regards to regulating social media like China, Dubai, UK, US, where it is regulated. Is it regulated there, Mr. Newsom?
Is what regulated?
Social media?
Of course, social media is always regulated. It means it regulates already. You don't control it.
What do you mean? I'm asking a question. So
I mean, what do you mean whether it's regulated? It's always regulated. It was regulated from its inception. It was social media was never meant to be non-controlled. When it was set up as a spy to have you willfully give your information to people that gather information every time. So people would be like, oh, let me show you where I'm eating. Let me show you where I'm at. It was a spy tool. most people are stupid. They don't know that. Oh, girl, let me show you where I'm eating. Let me post where I'm at. Look at me with my family. So people collecting information and understanding how people's attitudes work in the world so they can dominate them. That's what it was created by the CIA. Is created Facebook, created Instagram, created X, created all. The only one that didn't create was TikTok. That's why they were screaming about getting control of TikTok. Majority, they got control of it now anyway. But all social media, they only push out the dysfunction they want to push out. That's what gets the numbers. So if you're talking anything truthful, you're going to get shadow banned or get completely kicked off the platform because it's set up to be a collective tool to monitor the minds of the people of the world. See if you're going to be ready to start a revolution or to stop a revolution, to cause conflict, so it's the perfect tool. And then you willingly gave me your information. I didn't have to take it. You willingly, oh, look at where I'm at. Oh, look at what I do. Here's what I am. Look at my family. Here's my address. Not knowing that it was, collecting intelligence on you. These intelligence agencies created this shit to spy on you. They got the idea. There was a TV show came on about 25 years ago called Big Brother. They got the idea from the Big Brother show. When people willingly went to this house and accepted to be surveilled 24 hours to get money, right? That's where they came with the idea. They said, dang, people willing to do that to get money. So hell, let's create platforms and get people interested in giving the information when we ain't really got to spy on. They willingly give us their location, willingly tell us how they think, willingly let us know, what's the temperature of how they think in any other country that we control. So we can get that willingly. Are they content? Are they upset? Are they discontent? What do they really think? So we don't have to have as many people on the ground as spies in people's countries. You be sitting on the bus, you think, oh, that's just a nice white guy. He's spying on your ass. Listen to what everybody's saying on the bus. You don't know he's a spy. You think this is some white man on the bus with you or somebody, So so they say, we ain't got to do that much. They give us their information freely now to these social media apps. I'm upset with the government. This is why I'm upset. They take, oh, that's why they're upset. Okay. Try to, all right, we see that. Okay.
So, a lot of people are super upset. There's a lot of trauma still in regards to what really happened during the protest. Like, after the protest, I believe people thought it's going to be better, but actually it's becoming worse. And that's why right now, social media is a place where people gather and basically relieve their grievances regarding the government. And basically the government doesn't want that. And that's the reason why I definitely know you know this, or everybody who's watching right now definitely knows this. If you talk anything regarding the government that you're not supposed to talk about, but you should talk about, there's a lot of threats.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's why they're saying they should regulate it. But still, I believe people are not going to rest. Also, there was news and updates regarding the fact that if you protest in Nairobi CBD, it's gonna not be good for you. So they're trying to make sure.
Trying to push fear.
Yeah, it's gonna be illegal to protest in Nairobi CBD. That's something.
And that's what you got to do with the government, because you're supposed to be the democracy, constitutional democracy, republic. That's your right. You have the right to protest. It's not a gift. It's not a privilege. It's your right. So them trying to take away your right means you don't live in a constitutional republic, a democracy. So it's a scam. You don't got the right to take away my right to protest.
Right. So as we move forward also, as I said earlier, it was Labor Day yesterday, and we definitely know Francis Atwoli always out there giving us conversation also. He said, this city belongs to all of us.
Exactly.
It's true, right? And Nairobi must reflect other cities of the world. We cannot remain in a filthy city, a city overrun by riders, motorcycles, and matatus. When somebody arrives at the airport, it's full of hookers depicting the picture of poverty of Kenya. This must come to an end. That's what Francis Atwoli said. Let's listen in.
To all of us.
You can't stop the hawkers out there because you create no jobs.
Thank you.
You created no jobs. What you saying? This shouldn't look like the other country. Well, you got to start. Means you got to take back resources that Europe is stealing. The country's got to be overhauled. Then you can't. Say people can't hawk. There are no jobs. Where are the jobs that you created then? So don't have to hawk in the streets. Of course, you don't see no hawkins in Europe and America because the people have jobs. But you don't have jobs in Africa because that's not just Kenya. Every African country has that because they have no jobs. They say, we got this doesn't look like a regular city like Europe and America and Asia.
Because
they have jobs and you don't.
Yes. And they're creating opportunity for their people, but you're not. There's a lot of nepotism happening.
Exactly. To compare them with you is idiotic. You don't have jobs. You won't see hawkers in Dubai because they have jobs. You don't have jobs, moron. So you can't compare yourself to other cities when you have done the necessary building of a real economy.
That's, and this goes back to the fact that they're trying to paint Kenya to be like the best country of all time for their own interests, but it's not doing great at all. It's not doing great at all. It's for their own interests, own selfish interests.
And this city must reflect other cities of the world. This city must reflect Accra, Ghana. This city must reflect Abuja in Nigeria. This city must reflect Kigali in Rwanda. This city must reflect Abidjan in Ivory Coast. We cannot remain in a filthy city, a city of hawkers, a city of riders, a city of matatus.
Before we move forward, someone actually said right away right now, Nairobi is special in its own way, or its way, and it's better than those cities that you've mentioned. We want Nairobi to be 24 hours economy. That does not make sense. You only talk about activities, but you don't talk about development like lightings.
And when somebody arrives at the airport,
someone said what Mr. Newsom mentioned, create jobs fast, and you'll not see the hawking going on.
That's common sense. But he's not going to do that because he's a moron. He's going to say these are not like other cities and blah, 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 because they got jobs for the people. You haven't done that. You don't want common sense. Sound crazy. Do that. I want to be responsible enough to do that. Then shut up. Talking crazy talk.
Someone else is saying here, so his concern is on foreigners and not on the citizens. As I said earlier, it's
exactly. About, what are people going to think when they come to what do the white people think when they see hawkers in the there ain't ain't created no jobs, moron. It's not a secret. People know Africans haven't created jobs. Why do you think they see flooding all in their countries? Running away from Africa. They already know this. Right. You're just embarrassed because you shows you haven't done nothing.
Mombasa Road is full of hawkers depicting the picture of poverty of Kenya. This must come to an end, and we are appealing.
Kenya is a poor country, stupid. Your GDP is 100-something billion because you've allowed white people to steal the country. What are you talking about? What are the hawkers going to do? There's no jobs, dummy. So if they got that will cause an increase in theft, in criminality. If I can't hawk, I got no ways to make money, so I'm going to knock somebody in the head and steal their money. So that will cause criminality. But you're too stupid to even realize that. So I'm going to get rid of the hawkers. What are they going to do? You haven't created no jobs?
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn to criminality to survive.
Right. Stupid.
To the national government, I want to appeal to you.
Okay.
And this
to team up.
Is this a part of this? How stupid? This how dumb these African puppet. This is a moron. And this is over and over again. Africa, these idiots. This is a moron here. He should not be any public official. Should be a governor, a parliament. This is an idiot. Take away hawk or something to increase criminality. One thing leads to another. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. That's the laws of physics, stupid.
Right. Did I lose him? Okay, as he's finished.
Guilty. To team up with the county government and make sure that we have a city. Let landlords paint their buildings, repair their pavements, and make sure Nairobi, we reclaim our lost glory of this international city. To team up with the county government and make sure that we have a city. Let landlords paint their buildings, repair their pavements, and make sure Nairobi, we reclaim our lost glory of this international city.
Okay, that's from the one and only Atoli talking about the fact that hookers, motorcycles, riders should not be allowed in the CBD. But the question is, where are the job opportunities for them not to continue with these activities? Right? As we move forward in regards to what we're talking about, the power of Ubuntu, right away, we definitely have a conversation of why corruption is the most profitable business in the 254 Nairobi, Kenya, basically in Africa. Let me say that. We move forward with the one and only Pilo Lumumba giving us a bit about this.
Kenya in the year 2022 had slightly under 23 million voters. As the votes were being counted, the winning candidate called the election in his favor. And 1 hour later, the losing candidate gave a speech conceding defeat. Not so long ago, another snap election was called in Germany. Germany has 58 million plus registered voters. Within 1 hour of the closing of the voting, the winning candidate had called the elections and the losing candidate had conceded. In our country, we would still be at Bomas of Kenya, deciding whether 1 + 1 is 2 or 3. We would have printed ballot papers whose cost is more expensive than our currency, and they would have been printed in Greece. We can't count. We have individuals who think that people representation is life and death, and they actually cause death, and we cheer them. We cheer them because they come from our tribes. We cheer them because they have bribed us. We may be in boardrooms before the elections and speak very soberly, but on the day of the election, we are Luo, we are Kikuyu, we are Kamba, we are Kalenjin, we are Bukus. Until we liberate ourselves from that sad reality, we'll never earn the dividends.
Exactly. If you get rid of that goopy tribalism, you'll always be poor.
That is so true. And that's why we don't have Ubuntu. Because when it comes to because no, I'm gonna vote for my person. I'm like, okay, but can we go back and how things used to work back in the days, right? But people don't think about that right now. It shows us also the kind of leaders who have been coming up, literally, because they understand if I go back to my home country, they'll definitely vote for me because we come from the same tribe. And who came up with this little fragmentation? Also talk about Africa. We were never like that. But it's the most powerful way to defeat a nation, you know.
Good governance. Today, I'm reluctant to use the word democracy. Because what is it? John Henrik Clark, that great American, said that when African countries regained their independence, not a single one of them adopted a government system that is based on African traditions.
Yep. So
You all know the system that we're
Yes, Mr. Newsom?
they're all European systems. Exactly. All the systems in Africa, every last one are Europeans. None
Right.
of your systems are Africans. That's why all your systems are psychopathic. Because the people that brought these systems are psychopaths. got systems of injustice. But why these systems don't work in Africa? Why are things unequal? Because they were set up by psychopaths. Go ahead, Tom.
inherited from our erstwhile colonizers. And Clark says none of us will ever succeed on the basis of those systems. And I can't agree more. Look at Africa today. As I speak, Sudan. Look at Sudan. Look at Somalia. Look at Democratic Republic of Congo. Look at the entire Sahel. In Guinea, Doumbouya had to mount a coup d'etat. In Niger, they had to mount a coup d'etat. In Mali, Timi Goita had to mount a coup d'etat. In Burkina, Ibrahim Traore had to mount a coup d'etat. In Gabon, Nguema had to mount a coup d'etat. There may have been successful elections in Botswana and in Namibia, but those are few and far between. We must interrogate this thing we call democracy.
Mm-hmm.
In Kenya, the people you call leaders, don't listen to them when they are in podiums in Nairobi. No, listen to them when they are speaking in their mother tongue at funerals. When they are their true
That happens a lot. That really happens a lot.
They are Bukusus or Maragoli speaking Ulembe Nation, or they are Kambas, or they are Kikuyus, or they are Luos. Their political parties don't matter. That is why there is not a single presidential candidate that has contested an election after 5 years in the same political party. As I said before, the forests change, but the monkeys remain the same with the same habits. And let me tell you, if you continue doing the same thing in the same way, thinking that will change, nothing will change.
I'm excited because the youth right now are not in alignment because of their tribe. That's a good thing. We're in alignment for a better government. They understand that there's more. There's more. This is not it. That's what they know. And General Mosquito, how are you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous morning, afternoon, whatever you're at. That's the most amazing thing. It makes me know like it's gonna get better because the youths right now are woke. They question, regardless the strong strategic measures that are being actually commended or put, or basically everything that is working against us. People are not basically just chilling. They are questioning, they are watching. And that's why the fact that there was High Court literally declares protest ban. I'm going to share that in a bit. High Court declares protest ban in Nairobi CBD illegal and awards 2.2 million Kenyan shillings to 11 petitioners who filed the case. As I said earlier, everything will definitely be made to work against us, but still we have a lot of individuals, definitely the youth, who literally continue questioning and voicing out everything that is wrong in the government, because definitely the government is ours. We're the ones who should definitely have a thriving government. It doesn't make sense that the rest of the world is surviving because of us and we're still impoverished. We're still struggling. It will never make sense until the system is scraped off, until the leaders are scraped off, the ones who call them leaders, but the politicians who are literally there for their own interest, until all of them are scraped off and we have individuals who literally have a hat over Pan-Africanist for sure.
I now see individuals across the country congregating, and you call them opposition. These were individuals who were in the Moi government. They were in the Kibaki government. They were in the Uhuru government. What is new about them? Nothing except their insatiable greed for power and the privileges that power offers. So we are assembled here to ask critical and serious questions. I've been around. I was here in 1980s. I was here in 1990s when the entire movement of change the constitution was alive and well. I was in the Council of the Law Society. I've been here and I've seen Kenyans repeatedly electing individuals in the name of democracy who in other parts of the world would be completely unelectable. We elect comedians. And as one wise man, is it Albert Einstein, who said, when you elect a comedian to take him or her to the palace becomes a circus. And that is why we have what we have today. What is the value of knowing that which is right without doing that which is right?
Right.
I keep on hearing Kenyans saying, we have a beautiful constitution. What is the beauty of a constitution? Which you honor and preach.
It's so true, because I was listening to a panel the other day in regards to the illegal levies that parents are paying right now in school. And one of the ladies in the panel said that it's not even allowed in the constitution, but it's happening. It's literally happening, honestly.
What is it? You know, in 1967, the late Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere was asked, what is the secret of development? And he said in Swahili, siri ya maendeleo ni watu, ardhi na siasa safi. And he added, siri ya maendeleo ni vijana wenye malezi bora, siha njema na bongo kali. And then he said, ukimwona mtu anakimbia sana kwenda Ikulu, mkwepe kama ukoma. Kwani kuna biashara gani Ikulu? He posed rhetorically. Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. Msilibadilishe kuwa pango la walanguzi.
But now the leaders that we do have right now, or the politicians that we do have right now, as I said when I was starting, or I've been talking about it, they're definitely there for their own interest. Before we wind up, also we're going to be talking about why is Africa still looking to the West for approval? Just a 4-minute video of Dr. Arikana before we go to the next conversation of an individual, the reason why we definitely need jobs, who is literally making YouTube videos or basically creating content on YouTube, found a Kenyan running a scam on YouTube by making videos of himself performing gospel music on America's Got Talent. And definitely Mr. Yusuf
It's crazy.
has a fake foundation taking donations. Yeah, that's what's happening when there are no job opportunities.
Exactly. It turns to criminality. You worry about hawkers. Sound crazy.
We come from. As Africans, we are too busy running away from who we are. We don't want to embrace our Africanness. Why not? If you refuse and don't accept your Africanness, then who are you?
I'm a
That's a question right away. If you refuse to embrace your Africanism and your heritage literally, who are you? Because lots of people have been running away from that. You have a lot of leaders, politicians who literally will not embrace the fact that Africa is the most wealthiest nation of all time. They don't need to borrow loans. They don't need help from the foreign nation. They don't embrace that, right? And that's why we're stuck in this kind of like crazy economic sector of where you're doing things. But as we move forward, as I finish up, literally, we have an individual here that I want to share in regards to why he's basically making YouTube videos, or basically scamming people on YouTube by making videos of himself performing gospel music on America's Got Talent, and has a fake foundation taking donations. That's him, literally.
Of him performing on talent shows. Seriously, I'm not joking. This guy has almost 1 million subscribers. He has multiple viral videos. He has a video with 10 million views right now. And it's him faking shit like him getting the golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. And nobody seems to be able to tell that they're fake.
That's all fake. This is all fake.
Oh my god.
This shit is all fake.
I feel like he's tried every hustle. It's not working. Listen to yourself. He's like, I think this is working.
Yeah, this is the hustle. This is the best hustle. He's good at that CGI video. Make him look like he's actually at America's Got Talent. And he's a contestant. He's like, oh my God, they fake shirt. Hell, he's a hell of an editor. Shit.
He's literally acting like he's surprised. Oh my God, the golden buzzer. You know?
That's right.
My name is George.
As you can probably see just from the intro, this is all pretty elaborately coordinated. Like I said, you can still tell pretty easily that it's not real, that he's not actually interacting with any of the clips that are shown. But this was
But he knows he's dealing with Africans. Hate to say Africans that are not really that sophisticated. Now I want to call them not educated. They're not the sophisticated to know that you can easily tell that this is fake. Yeah. Because there's no interaction between him and the host. It's all fake.
Ridiculously planned. So to use this as a funnel to your quote foundation, if that foundation is in fact legit, is pretty strange.
I come from Nairobi, Kenya, in Africa. Being on AGT is a dream come true.
Oh my God.
This is an elaborate scam. This is a lyrical.
Thank God. I'm 17 years and I have formed my own foundation.
They always know because the mindset of the African, they caught this Christianity nonsense. Best way to bribe somebody is to do this Jesus and gospel shit. They know that. That's why the best scammers are always these preachers. You know, like they get millions of dollars because the mind of the weak. And so I got it. My hands off. I got to give applause to you, brother. This is crazy.
To better the lives of people.
He's got the music all behind you.
Right.
If I could win the $1 million or reach even more people who struggle to get food, clothing, and shelter, I believe that I am God sent.
Saying that, so if you go to the website of this foundation, at first it looks like somewhat legit. If you scroll to the bottom here, though, we start to see some things that don't really make a whole lot of sense. So apparently this foundation that seemingly nobody on the planet has ever heard of, because if you Google the Joji Foundation, absolutely nothing but this website and this guy's YouTube videos is going to come up. There's no news articles about it. There's literally nothing about this foundation anywhere. Yet it has 10,000 plus partners, 1 million projected donations. Don't know what that could even mean. 100,000 plus beneficiaries and a 99.5% donation rate. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. It's really convenient that all of these numbers are units of 10. Must have just lined up that way. Who knows? But that's
That's what's happening when we don't have job opportunities, and he's such a great actor.
What happened? What happened? Did they get him? Call him
I'm
out?
gonna get it to him. No, I don't. I'm not sure. Not really, literally, because he has a YouTube channel. He has, is it millions of subscribers? And
Millions or more.
wow,
That's how it works. They put up.
amazing.
And you think YouTube and them don't know this? They push out this stuff. They know he's a con man.
But that's it with me, Iritan Lungoria. On Let's Pop with Iritan, today's topic was the power of Ubuntu. Thank you, Mr. Newsom.
Being a con man. But what did you buy, man? I got you on. I gotta see what you bought. It said you bought something through PayPal. I don't think you donated. I think you bought something through PayPal. You didn't donate anything, did you? I don't see. But anyway,
right.
Shout out to that guy. He's a genius for just thinking up to that shit. Now, there are no jobs. See, this is what happens. There are no jobs. He can use his genius for good and try to build something that's hard, or you can use your genius for scamming every time. Because people are gullible. It's elaborate. You got the whole people clapping like, "Oh my God, thank you! I got the ring."
That is so true. But also, as we move forward, or basically end the show, I'm gonna end with House of Cards.
I think Airtime's addicted to this show.
It never has been.
Yes.
But fairness is a story we tell the naive to keep them in line.
That's right. No one's fair.
Power doesn't belong to those who deserve it. It belongs to those who seize it. And that, my friend, requires a willingness to do what others.
See, what you're hearing is, I want you to understand, you're hearing the thoughts of a psychopath. These people are psychopathic. And see what he's talking about. Every systems they built because you're dealing with the African hasn't done that yet. You're dealing with psychopaths. So they created a world of psychopathy. What he's saying is how the world works because they got control of it now. And you're dealing with everything he's saying is psychopathic. Mm-hmm. Don't be fair. Don't be good. The good is for the naive. Be wicked. These are the same people that brought you your fake Jesus. These people here. These same people brought you your fake religions.
Right.
Go ahead.
If you are not following House of Cards, you may never see us again. The world isn't fair. It never has been. But fairness is a story we tell the naive to keep them in line. The truth.
We have seen how it has worked in Africa, but family, remember to download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackcutfireradionetwork.com for healthy supplements. Black Fire Radio logo on it. Also, remember to follow us on other social media platform for amazing conversation. It's always about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. I'm sending you so much love and light. Have a fabulous, miraculous weekend. Bye.
World is not fair.
Feel the hits. Feel the freshness. Salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way in Switzerland. And I'm reaching out to all of our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning into Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to
all day and from the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the year. Now listening to the best music. Oh my God.
Feel the hits. Feel the freshness.